All right, here we are with a new project on Yas Island by Aldar. As you know, Aldar is government-linked and in fact is the biggest developer in Abu Dhabi. They are the ones behind some of the city's most iconic communities like Yas Acres, Mansha, Sadiyat, Al Raha Beach and Sadiyat Grove. They've completed tens of thousands of homes and hold assets worth over 40 billion dirham, which tells you everything about the kind of security and trust you're dealing with. Now, when Aldar launches something new, you can expect world-class planning, modern design, and strong after-sales support. Now, they're going for something special again, Yas Living. This is a brand new residential development right next to the upcoming Disneyland in Abu Dhabi. It's made up of 3 buildings totaling 678 units, positioned on the northeast side of Yas Island, just along the canal. The project perfectly combines waterfront tranquility with vibrant promenades and walkable open spaces. And if you know Yas Island, you'll know why it's called the world's biggest playground. Here you've got Ferrari World, Warner Bros. World, Sea World, Yas Marina, Yas Water World, Climb, Etihad Arena, Yas Mall, and even the Yas Links golf course, all within minutes. So if you're thinking about future rental demand or resale value, this is the perfect spot, a tourist magnet and lifestyle hub. Now let's break down the units. We have a total of 678 units divided as follows. We have studios, 216 units, average of 33 square meters, starting at 980,000 dirham. 1 bedrooms, 216 units as well, 71 square meters, starting at 1.65 million dirham. 2 bedrooms, 141 units, 107 square meters, starting at 2.45 million dirham. So as you can see, less supply. 2 bedrooms plus maid, 69 units, 154 square meters, and starting from 3.35 million dirham. 3 bedrooms plus maid, only 36 units at 196 square meters, starting from 4.5 million dirham. As you see, the bigger the apartments, the less the supply, and that's what makes it easier when you want to resell or rent later on. The studio gives you an entry ticket at 980,000 dirhams, roughly 29,700 dirham per square meter, not square foot. The 1 bedroom is about 23,200 dirham per square meter, 2 bedrooms 22,900 dirham per square meters, and 2 bedroom plus maid 21,700 dirham per square meter. The 3 bedroom plus maid is 22,950 dirham per square meter. Compared to Palm Jumeirah's 45,000 dirham per square meter to 55,000 dirham, or Business Bay's 27 to 30,000, this is extremely competitive for a government developer. Now let's talk about the payment plan. It's 5% down payment plus 2% ADM registration, 60% during construction, and 35% on completion, which is expected in October 2028. Now, coming from a Dubai-centric mindset, the 65-35 payment plan is actually very good for a government developer. If we compare it to Amar's 80-20, Miras's 70-30, or Nakhil's 80-20, Aldar is giving an extra 5 to 15% advantage on handover, which you can easily mortgage through any local bank and pay off through rental returns. Usually, newer developers are the ones offering flexible payment plans like this, not the big names. So Aldar being this flexible really adds to the appeal. Now, let's look at the amenities. You've got swimming pools and zen gardens, gyms and yoga spaces, private cinema rooms, lobby lounges, a games den, and the Imaginarium for kids. Plus outdoor play areas, parking, concierge, cycle racks, and a kids pool. What's special here is that every building has its own dedicated amenities, so you're not sharing one pool across hundreds of units. This makes it feel more exclusive and community focused. Now, they're also pushing sustainability here, and for a good reason. They're using high solar reflective roofs, low VOC paints, efficient water fixtures, smart water and energy meters, noise reduction technology, outdoor thermal comfort, and energy-efficient LED lighting. You'll also get EV charging stations and enhanced building envelopes for better energy use. This all ties in with Aldar's commitment to Estimada Pearl certification, the Abu Dhabi equivalent of LEED sustainability rating. Now let's go into the investment side. Yas Island rentals are currently averaging around 1,500 to 1,700 dirham per square meter annually for new apartments. So if we take the studio, you're looking at around 6.5 to 7% net yield, and for the larger units around 5.5 to 6%. But once the Disneyland opens and the tourism traffic spikes, these yields will likely jump another 10 to 15%. As for capital appreciation, I'd project around 7 to 10% yearly by handover, conservatively. Remember, you're buying now when construction is starting, so by 2028 you're not just benefiting from the handover appreciation, but also the tourism effect that will push rental prices up. Now let's move inside. You have two color schemes, a light scheme and a dark scheme. The light one uses beige tones, soft woods, light grays, porcelain tiles, and quartz countertops. The dark scheme has deeper beige and brown tones, darker wood, and stronger contrast. Personally, I'd go for the lighter colors. They tend to feel more open, photograph better, and generally appeal to a wider audience when you go to rent or resell later. Now let's get into the layouts, starting with the studios. We've got 5 types here, type 1 and type 2, which have a very similar layout. You enter through a corridor, kitchen on the side, bathroom on the right, and then the combined living and bedroom space. Now type 3 adds a balcony, around 3.6 meters long and 1.4 wide, and trust me, you want that balcony. These are the ones that will sell out first. Type 4 is slightly narrower than type 1 and 2, and type 5 is the opposite, a bit wider. Instead of a 2 meter by 3.4 living space, you get a 3.5 by 2 meter, which doesn't sound like a big difference, but it makes the apartment feel noticeably more spacious. If I were to choose, I'd go for the type 3 for the balcony or type 5 for the larger layout. Now moving to the 1 bedrooms, we have 4 different types. Type 1, you enter, kitchen on the right, open style, 2.6 by 3 meters, overlooking the living and dining area, which is 4.2 times 5 meters. There's a walk-in closet, ensuite bathroom, guest powder room, and a storage room for your washer dryer. Very important. The balcony connects only to the living and dining area, 4.5 times 1.4 meters, and the type 2 is basically the same but with slightly different dimensions, without the maybe, 10 to 20 centimeter wide in the dining room. Type 3 is mirrored, and type 4 has a larger balcony. If you're buying for investment or resale, definitely go for the type 4. The larger balcony units will always stand out later on, especially since only a fraction of the total 1 beds have them. Moving on to the 2 bedrooms, there are 3 main types. We have the type 1 where you enter, kitchen on the right, open layout facing the living and dining area, about 4.6 by 5.15 meters. You have 2 balconies, one for the living area and one for the master bedroom, and each bedroom has its own ensuite. And there's also a powder room and laundry space. Type 2 has a single larger balcony connecting to the living area, and type 3 goes back to the split balcony layout again. So overall, all 3 are very functional layouts, like what we see with MR and Akhil family units. Now the 2 bedroom plus maid is where things get interesting. There are 2 types here. Type 1 has a wraparound balcony roughly 2.8 meters wide by 7 meters long and an extra 10 meter stretch along the side. These are corner units, and corner balconies always add value. Then we have the Type 2, which divides the balcony between the master bedroom and the living area, but has a large interior living space. The maid's room is connected to the kitchen, keeping everything functional for families. You've got 2 en-suites, 1 powder room, and a maid's restroom. And since there are only 69 of these units, they're rare, a small percentage of the total mix, which makes them much more desirable for resale. Now let's talk about the 3 bedroom plus maid, the star of the project. Only 36 units in total. We're talking 196 square meters, which is massive. When you walk in, you've got the kitchen and maid's room to your side, then this huge living area, 5 by 9.2 meters, with a wrap-around balcony. There's also a study area around 1.7 by 2.5 meters, which actually connects to another balcony that links to bedroom 1. So it's super functional and gives you this villa-like feeling inside an apartment building. For families or long-term end users, this is the ideal layout. Now let's look at the overall floor plates. On the ground floor, we've got the main entry lobby, cinema room, outdoor kids' play area, and the main lounge. Now there's also media room and indoor play zone, perfect for private gatherings or movie nights. And these cinemas are small, about 8 seats, giving that boutique private cinema experience right at home. Moving up to level 1, you'll find the main swimming pool, kids pool, pool deck, and a gym overlooking the pool. And honestly, there's nothing better than running on a treadmill with a view of people relaxing by the water. The studio units are mainly located on the inner sides of the lower floors, some with garden access. 1 beds and 2 beds fill the middle sections, while the 3 beds are positioned towards the corners and canal-facing sides. Best views. The 2-bedroom plus maids occupy prime corner positions with the wraparound terraces. From level 2 all the way to level 12, the unit mix remains consistent. And yes, no penthouses this time. If you're looking for a penthouse, well, you'll have to go next door to Brabus Residences. We have a video for that as well. So overall, Yas Living by Aldar brings everything together: location, lifestyle, sustainability, and value. It's the first single community project on Yas Island with this kind of design, depth, and quality. You've got great pricing, a very healthy payment plan, and serious upside with Disneyland and the growing tourism scene. Whether you're an investor looking for a medium-term opportunity or end user wanting a balanced lifestyle, this project ticks all the boxes. Completion is in October 2028, and as always, the earlier you get in, the better the view, the better the price, and the stronger your return. Get in touch with us for more information.